So one of the main themes of Godspell is community. And the way we are trying to bring community into this show is visually by what we have going on. So we've set this production of Godspell in a park. And so in a park, there are times when community happens. People come together, people are brought together to play, to celebrate, and sometimes there have been things that have happened in parks that are not about community, because we're a group of individuals, and as a group of individuals we sometimes see things differently, feel things differently. So the idea of not being in community is also something that's part of the show. And so hopefully through the set, that's one way which you see it.
The set is different from most of our other shows because there's like one major set piece and not a lot else happening. Also the backdrop is new, we've never tried that before.
I think obviously a park is a place where people go to be with their community, and I think that having the show set in a park represents that very well.
And then taking a look as far as the staging of the show, as far as how some of these songs are set up and what's going on in the songs, as far as trying to communicate through the lyrics and through movement and through the business that the actors are doing. We're trying to show the effects of being without community and then being with community and how that transforms us and why we need it. And so we're trying to get that main point across about the benefits of thinking about others before ourselves and why we need other people. So hopefully that comes out pretty well in Godspell.
Hi, my name is Andy. I play Jesus. For those of you who are not familiar, he's basically just a really good guy, goes around telling some great stories.
So yes, Godspell does deal with some religious themes and has some religious characters. There's Jesus, there's Judas, there's Pharisees, and there's John the Baptist. And though it does borrow from the Bible, it in some ways makes some departure as far as from that story and takes some creative license as far as how that story is told and put together. The playwright himself also talked about and was frustrated when people said that this is a show about Jesus and Judas, and his claim was it's not. It's about the disciples, and it's about this group of people who are transformed by community, who are transformed by their interaction with somebody who practices community, who teaches about community. And so it's about those teachings going on. So those teachings, I think, are universal. This idea as far as that we are better when we are together, that we are better when we are not self-focused and we are thinking about other people. And I think those are common themes over a lot of religions. And then I think outside of religion, if you want to look at humanism or you want to look at just what it means to be a good and upstanding human being, this idea of community, I think, is a theme that's universal, that isn't just tied to one creed or one belief system.
I think that this cast, especially more than any other cast, has been really, really dynamic. We have some great on-stage chemistry, and we work together really well. This is one of the most high energy, high chemistry casts that I think we've ever had at Natick High. So I'm looking forward to it.
So I think anybody can come see Godspell. So when the 2012 revival was done and the cast went and did the rounds as kind of all the talk shows, they talked about and addressed, is this a religious show? And there were cast members who said, no, this show is for anybody. There are a group of people in this show who start off as a group of individuals. They're represented by various philosophers, and each of these philosophers has kind of their own mindset, and some of their things are not bad ideas. But the way the show is portraying it is that they're so caught up in their own ideas, which can happen to us, and it's happening now, potentially, definitely, is that we get so caught up sometimes in our ideas and on our drive to be right and for everyone to agree with us and just see our way, that we lose community and we get into conflict, and we're hard pressed to see somebody else's view if it doesn't align with our own. And then eventually, through the character of Jesus, they're taught as far as about community and the importance of being able to listen, hear, and consider somebody else before they just come across and say, my way is right and you're absolutely wrong. And so in doing that, they find great joy as far as in being able to consider somebody else. They are transformed into a community and they're able to experience joy. And so this group of people in the park are really challenged when they experience a great loss. And when they experience that great loss and the kind of loss of their friend, they have to decide, what are they going to do? Who are they going to be? and has the stuff that they've learned and said that they value. Is that really true? Is that something they can do? Do they still have joy? Do they still value community? Or is that all gone because they've suffered a setback? And what do you do when you suffer a setback? So that idea as far as setbacks and challenges and having different points of view and considering other people, I think that's very relevant for all of us. And I think it's very important and sometimes difficult, but extremely valuable to listen to other folks and consider what they have to say and to find value when possible. And I think it generally is in everybody. That there is so much that we can learn from everybody, which has been a great part as far as about this show and the makeup of this cast and this crew and how we're benefiting from everybody involved. And so that's a fantastic thing. And I hope those folks who come to see the show will see that and recognize that and be moved. So we'll hope you'll come out and check out Godspell. So we look forward to seeing you in the last week in November, right after Thanksgiving, that Friday at 7:30, the following day, Saturday at 7:30, and then the first weekend in December, Friday at 7:30, and then Saturday at 3 o'clock.
At Natick High School.